You are not meant to live like this. Not like a man dragging his body through the day while his mind sprints in circles behind his eyes. Not like someone functioning on the outside while internally you're getting mugged by your own thoughts every morning. Not like someone who wakes up already tired because the first thing you have to manage isn't your schedule. It's the noise in your skull. And I know how that sounds. Dramatic, heavy, maybe even embarrassing to admit. But it's real. Because a lot of people aren't living anymore. They're maintaining. They're coping. They're surviving their own mind like it's a hostile environment. And then they call it adulthood, discipline, responsibility, just how life is. No, that's not life. That's a prison with soft walls. That story might say, you're behind, or you're not enough, or they're happier without you, or this is hopeless, or you'll never become what you want to become. And you don't just hear that story, you become it. You feel it in your chest, in your stomach, in your shoulders. You start moving through the world as if it's already true. This is the silent tragedy. Most people's lives are shaped less by reality and more by untrained thoughts. Let's get something straight. Thoughts and emotions are naturally unregulated. They're not designed to make you happy. They're not designed to make you wise. They're not designed to make you free. Your mind, at its most primitive level, is a survival machine. If your mind can manufacture danger from an old memory, it will. If your mind can create a disaster scenario from one awkward interaction, it will. If your mind can loop a regret until it feels like a prophecy, it will. So if you sometimes feel like your brain is against you, congratulations, you're human. The problem isn't that thoughts show up. The problem is that you treat them like authority. You treat every thought like it's a report from a reliable source. You treat every emotion like it's a command. But thoughts are not facts, and emotions are not instructions. A thought is often just a reflex, a spark, a suggestion, a random notification from a messy system. An emotion is often just weather. It moves through you. It shifts. It rises, peaks, fades. It isn't you. It's happening inside you. But when you don't know that, you live like a puppet. A jealous thought shows up and you obey it. A fearful thought shows up and you shrink. A hopeless thought shows up and you stop trying. An angry thought shows up and you burn bridges. And later you look back and you think, why did I do that? Why did I ruin my day? Why did I say that? Because you handed the keys to something that was never meant to drive. So, how do you fix it? You don't get rid of thoughts. That's the first lie. You can't delete your humanity. And honestly, you shouldn't want to. The goal isn't to become blank. The goal is to become sovereign. You train your mind the way you train a body. And this is where the real shift begins. You stop trying to control everything, and you start controlling what you actually can. At first, this is going to feel small, almost insulting. Because when someone says control your thoughts, your first instinct is, okay, how? And the answer isn't mystical, it's mechanical. It's practice. Here's the foundation. There is a split second, tiny, almost invisible, between stimulus and response. Something happens, a thought arises, an emotion follows. Your body prepares, and in that split second, you have a choice most people never notice. Not a choice about what you feel, a choice about what you do next in your mind. Do you fuse with the thought? Do you treat it like truth? Do you spiral the story? Do you feed the emotion until it becomes your entire identity for the day? Or do you step back and say, I notice this thought, I notice this feeling, and I do not have to kneel to it? That step back is everything. It's the difference between being caught in the ocean and learning to swim. And you learn it through training, not through inspiration. Let's talk about what training looks like in real terms. Training starts with naming. When your mind says, you're not meant for anything, you name it. That's the self-attack thought. When your mind says, they're moving on, you're nothing, you name it. That's comparison. When your mind says, if I don't control this, everything falls apart, you name it. That's catastrophizing. This sounds stupid until you realize what it does. Naming creates distance. It turns the thought from me into a mental event. It turns the emotion from truth